Hello again, grown black folks talk. You must vet all men. 2023 House of Representatives Foolishness Edition. I'm not going to waste time panning the Republic, the Republicans about this right now. I figure if Kevin McCarthy is a six-time loser, that speaks for itself. I don't have anything to say about him, except that, if you spend time reading Dr. Seuss to your constituents, that just may be what happens to you in the end. I don't think that engenders respect among grown people, and this is grown black folks talk. But what I had brought to my attention today as I was catching up and trying to understand what in the whole universe is going on with the Sixth of the Republic is that the person keeping it even marginally functional is a black woman. The Honorable Cheryl L. Johnson is the clerk of the House of Representatives. It's her job to record, like I'm the secretary of the board for the El Beth Arms of Terrace, and I'm also my church's clerk. We're not supposed to have to be officiating. So when something like that happens, what you have is a failure of all masculine leadership in the House of Representatives because Nancy Pelosi is no longer the speaker. The Republicans have made themselves the poster child for what a certain type of masculinity aspires to. These are the men who have now wrested control of the House back from the Democrats. They are the top dogs in the House, and they cannot get anything done. We only need six of them to break ranks before Hakeem Jeffries will become the first black male Speaker of the House. And this is the second time that in the first week of January, a black body has had to save a sixth of the Republic. January 6, 2021, Eugene Goodman saved the Senate. And right now, the Honorable Cheryl L. Johnson is up here keeping the House of Representatives to the extent that we have one, because officially you don't have a House of Representatives till you seat a speaker. In the complete collapse of masculine leadership in the House of Representatives, the House of Congress that originates all bills that pass in the United, all bills, there are some executive things Joe Biden can do on his own. And the Senate can also propose some things, but the engine starts in the House. We have no House of Representatives, thanks to the Republicans and their foolishness. And the only reason that this can even move forward is because the clerk becomes the chief presiding officer in the absence of the line of command that the House of Representatives should have coming from the Speaker. Now, this video is not a critique, Madam Johnson. She's doing the best she can in a terrible situation, such that, the same way that if Officer Eugene Goodman, now Deputy Sergeant at Arms, had taken a wrong turn, or maybe a turn that we're like, that doesn't really look like the right turn on the map, we would not have critiqued him, because neither of these two people woke up in the morning and expected these situations. But why am I talking about it? I'm talking about it because those of you who are the divestment, my sisters who are involved in divestment, who think that the solution is getting yourself a white man of power, wealth, and influence, please pay attention to the top 222 men in the House of Representatives who cannot run the House of Representatives. These are the top influence men in the country. The Democrats, those over there, now they're a little bit more diverse, but most of them are still white males, can't get anything done because they're in the minority. So you're out here trying to chase down some of these older, supposedly established white men. Do you see what could happen here? Kevin McCarthy had the audacity to move himself into the speaker's office before the vote, talking about yelling at other Republicans about, I earned this. How, fool? You don't earn that. Your colleagues give that to you. Do you see that the entitlement A lot of us spend a lot of time bragging about the audacity and the entitlement. See, there's a different level of entitlement. It's like our friend the silver fox. There's a different a level of audacity and entitlement when you think you have everything than it is when you know you only have audacity. This is the audacity of men who think they have everything, but lose votes on 6 ballots. Now, by the time you see this, because I'm on Western time, y'all, or Pacific time, maybe they will have figured this out by tomorrow. By the time you see this, I wouldn't bet on it. And so, guess who has to keep things going for another rowdy, out of control day as this continues to get worse and worse? Madam Johnson is doing her job. What I'm saying to you is, you don't have to sign up for that. You do not have to allow your delusions about white men to cause you to sign up to be a bag holder on a higher level. About Mr. 63, he's still wrapped up in his ex-wife. So you know what I would have been a bag holder for? That whole bag of entitlement, that whole bag of audacity, that whole bag of unhealed. Madam Johnson is up here holding the bag for Uncle Sam's finest. Pay attention. You do not need to be so deluded. You must vet. I don't care if he is a 666 man in vanilla. 6 figure, make it 7 if you want, and make it 8 or 9 if you want. It does not matter. You must vet the character of these men. Some of these Republicans have been in office a long time. Their constituents are by now ought to know that they ain't no good, but because they want a Republican, this is the mess that you get. I did not think that it is hard for me to wrap my mind around the fact that January 6th, 2023, and by the way, half of these people were involved with the insurrection on January 6th, 2021, and people elected them back anyway. So, see, if you saw the side note to the side note, see, if you deal with people's evil when you see it, then you don't end up getting embarrassed. I had no way of knowing that the first week of January 2023 might be more embarrassing to the Republic than the first week of January in 2021. I had no idea that the foolishness that we would see would exceed Herschel Walker. But see, this is what you get when you don't care about vetting, when you know people are no good, but you just want a position, you just want an elevation that you don't have the right to. And ladies, if you are out here chasing down men based on what you think of their power, wealth, influence, and color, this is the kind of situation you're going to be a bag holder for. Pay attention. These are the top white men and a few white women, largely, in the country. And we can't get the business of the Republic done. We're already 2 days into this. Now, people are talking, well, some people had to have 9 votes, and the highest number was 133 votes. Do you know what happens to your country in the middle of inflation and a recession and all these things happening in the world when you can't get business done? Do you think that's going to be good for the people on the street? Again, these are the top men. These people are supposed to be racially superior, by the way. This is the Republican Party that embraced Confederacy and embraced Nazism. These are the people that were cool with having the Confederate flag rolling through the Capitol, a feat that even Robert E. Lee could not pull off. But someone gonna drive up there with a little pickup truck and get this done. Little Dukes of Hazzard leftover wannabe can get this done. See, when you embrace losing philosophies defeated in 1865 and 1945, and basically defeated from the throne of God because the white man will not be God. Defeated clear from Genesis 1 all the way down to Revelation 22 to 21. This is what happens. And what you do not want to do, pay attention, my divestment sisters. Pay attention. You are being warned on a national level. White men of power, wealth, and influence are not necessarily the people you think they are. They can be just as entitled, audacious, and ridiculous as anybody else. Because guess what? Everyone is only human. You must vet. You must vet. You must vet. Do not be dazzled by the house that he gave some other woman. Do not be dazzled by how he looks, what he wears, how much money he flashes. This is true for every color, but right now it's Kevin McCarthy and the Republicans' turn to be a bad example to the world. You will be a bag holder on a world stage, or whatever your neighborhood you think you're moving into, or whatever it may happen to be. You will be cleaning up behind this entitlement. Pay attention. You must vet for character. Because Republican voters fail to vet for character, this is the nonsense the whole nation has to go through. And if you fail to vet for character, you're going to be in a much more demeaned position than Madam Cheryl L. Johnson, the Honorable, doing the very best job. She didn't know she was signing up for this, but now you know. I don't normally bark at y'all, but I want you to see the danger this country is in and the danger some of you are writing yourself a check to. You about to write yourself a check chasing after these white men that you're behind cannot cash. Do you know that if this keeps up long enough, the United States will not be able to cash its checks? We have to do something called extending the debt ceiling of the full faith and credit of the United States, and its dollar goes the rockets red glare and the bombs bursting in air. There it is. Y'all see it. Y'all see it up here. This is what's going to happen to the credit of the United States of America. And if these people can't even figure out, being in the majority, how to elect a speaker, what do you think's about to go down with the economy? Because people refused to vet before putting these fools back in office. I'm an independent. I don't care for the Democrats either. I don't know enough about Hakeem Jeffries to want him to be Speaker, although I would laugh hysterically if somehow enough Republicans got tired and made him Speaker on January 6th, so that you have Eugene Goodman saving the Republic on one day and the Republicans turning it over to a Democrat to save the Republic on the 6th. I would love that. But I don't know enough about him to know if that'll do the job. All I know is I am disgusted and I am concerned for those of you who think a white man is the solution. Please believe your eyes and your ears. The top men in the country cannot get the Republic moving right now because they have not elected a speaker. The Republic is at a standstill over the foolishness. And all Mrs. Johnson can do, all Madam Johnson can do, all the Honorable Cheryl L. Johnson, clerk of the House of Representatives, can do is just preside for another day and hopes that the men will get their lives together and stop acting like spoiled brats who would be told to sit down and shut up in my Sunday school lesson and learn something. I mean, I have 9-year-olds who could conduct business better than this foolishness. But all she can do is keep it going for another day of them acting a fool until hopefully somewhere a man who cares about the concerns of the country rises and rounds these people up and says, Kevin, sit down. We done with this. Who do you need, Democrats? Who can you pick over here that we can get this done? It's going to take that long. It could happen tomorrow. It might not happen until next month. If you need 133 votes or 3 votes a day, it may not happen until next month. Yeah, next month, because you got 3 votes a day. Yeah, it may not happen until next month. And all she can do is get to the next day and the next day and the next day. She's in a position she can't solve. And that is what is going to happen to some of you out here chasing down other people just because they're not black. Get your life together. You must vet. I don't care who it is. You must vet this man for character. Because no matter how much he has, you're going to end up being a bag holder to some entitled fool. Please don't let it happen to you. I don't normally bark at you. This happens about once a month, but this is super duper dangerous. We are at a very dangerous moment in American history. In closing, if y'all are not watching Stephanie Perry, Rashida Dow, Sheeta's on the Loose, and Picky Girl Travels the World, Adalia Borshade. Y'all need to start doing that. Y'all need to really start learning what it looks like if you can no longer afford to have your life tied down to the interesting situations going on in the country. You need to learn that there's more to life than the United States of America. Some of us you may need to learn it quicker than you think, but you at least have to then purge yourself from the idea that the American dream is the goal and that you want a man who's going to put you on the whatever you think of as at that level, and you're going to do whatever you can to get. You need to purge yourself as a Black woman from thinking that's the only thing you can do. And you need to learn how to get your passport and learn how to live somewhere else. This is for your own protection. The United States could break down to anarchy. Like, in essence, we do not have a functioning federal government. We do have the functioning 50 state governments, so we're not there yet. But this is actually extremely dangerous. So you need to retrain your thinking that getting to the top of this American hill and needing some man to put you there is the thing. It is not. I'm going to link these channels in the description because you really do need to change your thinking yesterday. Don't let 2022 go by, having already gone by, and 2023 now beginning to go by, without rescuing yourself from knowing that you have options in this world behind needing some man to put you on a throne. The top men, the top men, all Uncle Sam's horses and all of Uncle Sam's men cannot get the Republic running again. Pay attention. Learn how to live with yourself, for yourself, without reference to needing to chase down some fool based on what you think that person has. It is essential for your life. It may literally be essential for your life somewhere else in the world. We don't know how this is going to turn out. I mean, people are like, well, this has happened before, and we were in, yes, but don't miss the opportunity to learn here. You need to look at this and understand I will not be a bag holder for any man, including Uncle Sam. As a Black woman, it's very important that you begin to think in this way. We do a lot for the Democratic Party. What have we received? Some protection from Republican foolishness, but even the Democrats can't protect us from this. There's a lot of things to be learned from this situation. I suggest you make time to learn them all. You must vet and you must pay attention if you value your life and liberty. Now, if you don't, disregard everything I've just said. Have a good day anyway, and thank you for listening.